Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
2026. The hearing of the Committee on Justice is hereby called to order. May I solicit the motion to dispense with the calling of the roll? Madam Chair. The Honorable Keith Flores. Madam Chair, I move to dispense with the calling of the roll. There is a motion to dispense with the calling of the roll. Is there any second? Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. May I solicit the motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes and for the approval of the same? Madam Chair. The Honorable Keith Flores. I move to dispense with the reading of the minutes. There is a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes of the last hearing, including the approval of the same. Do I hear a second? The same has been seconded. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. The chair will address the committee. Magandang umaga sa ating lahat. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning too.
Before anything else, it is important that we begin by looking back. Because the work we have today is anchored on what has already been laid on record. Noong nakaraang pagdinig, April 14, we began by affirming our constitutional mandate, our exclusive power to initiate all cases of impeachment. Nasa atin ang unang galaw, nasa atin ang direksyon, at hawak natin ang beat. Ngunit nabanggit din natin na malinaw ang limitasyon ng ating papel sa yugtong ito. Hindi pa ito paghuhusga. Our task at this stage is simply to determine probable cause kung may sapat na batayan upang magpatuloy. As Congressman Benny Abante stated, sisilipin natin kung may usok. Dahil kung may usok, tungkulin nating hanapin kung nasaan ang sunog. During our last hearing, we formally recognized the complainants, Father Sabalia and his group, and of course, Attorney Cabrera. All of them were present, ready to face this committee and stand by their complaints. But there was one thing we could not ignore. Something that was right in front of us. The empty chair of the Vice President. Wala po siya nitong nakaraan. Habang nandito ang mga nagrereklamo, ang tanging pumarap sa atin ay isang bakanteng upuan. And yet, with or without the presence of the Vice President, with or without her cooperation, tuloy ang mandato ng komite. At umusad na ang ating pagdinig noong araw na iyon. First, we formally received subpoena documents, all of which are now part of our record. Second, we heard the statement of Ramil Madriaga, who testified for the very first time in a public hearing. Through his supplemental affidavit, we were confronted with a staggering allegation that confidential funds were spent not just in 11 days, but were purportedly disposed of within a mere 24 hours. Hindi 11 araw, sa halip 24 oras. Milyones na naubos sa loob lamang ng isang araw. Mabigat ang mga binitiwang salita ni Ramil Madriaga at minsan pa siyang naiyak habang binabasa ang kanyang supplemental affidavit. To back his words, he signed a bank waiver to prove that he has nothing to hide. During one exchange, Congresswoman Janet Garin recalled the formerly controversy and could not hide her frustration upon hearing Ramil Madriaga's allegation that the Vice President's campaign may have been financed by formalin, an assertion that, if proven, further deepens the seriousness of the issues now before this committee. Third, and with the help of Congressman Joel Chua, we have adopted the records from the Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability, the testimonies of various resource persons regarding the envelopes and the questionable receipts and other statements given in that legislative inquiry are now officially part of this impeachment process. Fourth, we heard from the NBI expert and their findings are very clear. Kinumpirma nila na base sa kanilang pagsusuri, several question signatures were actually signed by one and the same person. This proves that there was a pattern, and it raises even more questions about who was really behind these documents. Magkakaiba ang mga pangalan, ngunit iisa ang perma. I will repeat. Magkakaiba ang mga pangalan, ngunit iisa ang perma. Fifth, we heard from a representative of the PSA who confirmed that several personalities appearing in the records have no corresponding entries in official civil registries. Kabilang dito ang kontrobersyal na pangalang Mary Grace Piatos na batay sa kanilang verifikasyon ay walang umiiral na PSA record. Si Mary Grace Piatos ay wala sa data ng PSA. Sixth, we heard from Attorney Gloria Camora of the COA, who confirmed that the Commission proper has resolved the Vice President's appeal on the notice of disallowance, effectively affirming that this allowance covering more than 73 million pesos. She further disclosed that the COA has issued 3 additional notices of disallowance, indicating continued deficiencies in compliance. These developments lend significant weight to the financial irregularities under examination. As noted by Congressman Chel Jokno, and Congressman Antonio Tino, this effectively render the Vice President liable to return all these amounts. 73 million pesos plus 375 million pesos to the National Treasury. Ang Vice Presidente ay may pananagutan na ibalik ang 73 million plus 375 million, total of 448 million sa ating National Treasury. And when we heard all these resource persons, the committee will note that while I disallowed certain probing questions to ensure fairness, I nonetheless permitted all inquiries that sought to clarify the truth. On that note, the records will reflect that the arguments regarding the difference between credibility and character, as well as the confusion between page numbers and dates, were stricken from the record. We have done this to maintain the integrity and order of these proceedings. Sa kabuuan, what we saw was not a single piece of evidence, but a body of evidence. Hindi pa isa-isa, kundi magkakaugnay. But after the hearing, the story did not end there. Sa katunayan, doon pa lamang nagsimula ang mas malakas na ingay sa labas. Marami ang nagulantang, marami ang nag-react. The hearing became the subject of headlines, discussions, statements, particularly from the Vice President. However, it is worth noting that instead of addressing the core issues, the focus shifted to a peripheral matter, ang academic performance umano ng Vice Presidente nung siya'y nag-aaral pa. Samantalang, ang mas mabibigat na usapin tungkol sa confidential funds, sa mga dokumento, sa mga transaksyon ay